Back.
I thank my colleague from County, Florida, and across the nation. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for that of your families. Each day in Pinellas County, Florida, the community that I have the opportunity to represent, as well as across the country, thousands of law enforcement officers serve and protect us, often at great sacrifice to their families and at risk to their very own lives. This was the case on this past December 20th, when Officer Robert Condick of the Tarpon Springs Police Department in Pinellas County responded to simply a noise complaint. It would be Officer Condick's end of watch, as he tragically lost his life at the hands of a gunman. A gunman whose actions represent the type of inhumanity that we entrust our law enforcement officers each day to protect us from. Officer Condick was only 45 years old, and he is survived by, and his memory lives on through, his wife and his 6 children. But sadly, Mr. Speaker, this story repeats itself throughout communities across the country. The nation witnessed on December 23rd in New York 2 law enforcement officers who were assassinated by an individual with one intention: to take the lives specifically of law enforcement officers. Mr. Speaker, in my hometown of Pinellas County, the Brotherhood of Law Enforcement, the sisterhood of law enforcement officers that protect us each day, understands, just like law enforcement officers across the country, the very risk to their safety and to their lives, and the risk and the heartbreak of their families and their children, that risk is very real. In our county, we've lost a total of 24 officers, including in recent years, St. Petersburg officers David Crawford, Jeffrey Yaslowitz, and Thomas Batinger, each representing a precious loss of life while serving and protecting us. And yet we find ourselves today listening to some, a minority in our society, who wish to give voice to those who undermine the very honor of law enforcement officers, who undermine the very sacrifice of our law enforcement officers, and who undermine the very danger that these law enforcement officers face each day. Instead, we should be rising to say thank you to the men and women of law enforcement. Thank you to the men and women in our communities who protect and defend us. And so, Mr. Speaker, I rise today to do just that, to say thank you. Thank you to Officer Condick of Tarpon Springs for his service. And thank you to his family for sharing him with a community that will forever remember his ultimate sacrifice. Thank you to the families of all fallen law enforcement officers. And thank you to those who continue to serve each day. I want to thank our local law enforcement leadership in my hometown of Pinellas County. Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Galtieri, Clearwater Police Chief Dan Slaughter, St. Petersburg Police Chief Anthony Hughes, Town of Indian Shores, Bel Air Police Chief Bill Soule, Gulfport Police Chief Robert Vincent, Kenneth City Police Chief Kevin Matson, Largo Police Chief Jeffrey Undesad, Pinellas Park Police Chief Doreen Thomas, Pinellas County Schools Police Chief Rick Stelgis, Pinellas Park Police Chief Doreen Thomas, Tarpon Springs Police Chief Robert Cochin, Treasure Island Police Chief Tim Casey, and Chief David Hendry of the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg. And I especially want to thank all members of law enforcement in my hometown, those throughout Pinellas County who get in their cars each day, walk the streets, respond to crimes, investigate crimes, respond to disturbances, and ultimately protect us. I want to thank those that I am privileged within the law enforcement community to call friends. Officers from the Clearwater Police Force, my dear friend, Detective Jonathan Walser, Detective Michael Stonelake, Detective Christopher Precious, Sergeant John Brown, Officer Bill Renfro, Lieutenant Juan Torres, and Lieutenant Richard Harris. And from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, my friend Sergeant Steve Wagner. Thank you to each of you. And I want to thank the Capitol police officers that protect each of us here as members of Congress and the thousands of Capitol visitors each year that are protected from threats that at times can be tragically real. Thank you to all who serve, from Pinellas County throughout the state of Florida, in communities across the country and right here in this very chamber. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for serving. Thank you to every law enforcement officer for your commitment to duty, your service to your community, and your service to your fellow man. As my colleague Bradley Burns said, blessed are those that would lay down their life for their brethren. That is the oath, to risk their life to protect others, that our law enforcement officers renew each day. Indeed, may our loving God richly bless each one of you who put on the uniform of law enforcement, and may God richly bless as well your families. And may God's loving hands protect and defend each of you every day of your service, just as you protect and defend each one of us. Please know that this member of Congress and millions of people across the country, including those in Pinellas County and Florida's 13th District, including those throughout communities around our nation, are forever grateful for the service of law enforcement officers, your service to your fellow man. So today, on behalf of millions of Americans, I simply say to each of you serving as law enforcement officers, thank you. And with that, I would like to recognize a new colleague of mine from Texas, Mr. Ratcliffe.